Hey you guys, Desmond here, and welcome back to the channel for another video. Like always, I'm joined by
LaCresha.
she's here. I can't get rid of her. I lock the door and she just breaks in every time. I don't know what to do. Lies you tell. Liza Minnelli. Liza Minnelli. There's only two people who got a key, and one of them need to give me my key back. But we're not gonna. We ain't gonna discuss about that one right now. I ain't let you in like I said you broke in. But anyway, before we get into this video, I need to remind y'all to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in for this week's episode. So
we've been missing in action.
We have been missing in action, and we apologize for that.
We needed a break.
God, after 4 or 5 months of nonstop Drag Race, I just needed a moment.
Especially since we get a headache trying to sit here and review Holland. So
oh my gosh, Holland!
We're watching. We're just not.
We're watching and we are enjoying. Just so you know, and then we're gonna do a video like this that we're doing right now when Holland is over.
Yes.
It'll be easier just to sit down and just talk it all out at one time. Oh, I love her.
Oh. What's the other one's name that you like?
Chelsea Boy.
Chelsea Boy.
Oh!
I almost called him Boy George.
Come on. Them are my favorites. Add Envy Peru. And that's going to be the top 3 right there.
Yeah.
I tell you.
I agree.
I tell you. But anyway, we're discussing RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12 today.
I know you're thinking, like, it's been 3 months.
But you know, we just really need to sit down and process everything we got this year, Drag Race wise.
Yes.
So you're going to get a video on this, Celebrity Drag Race, Canada, All Stars, just discussing all the wonderful drag we got this year.
Yes, all the POCs.
Yes.
And how unfair it is that their year got jacked up by Miss Rona.
Miss Rona, please have several seats. I got plenty of seats right here next to me. Please come have one.
And
just
you
no.
threw them all at me.
Wait, not to. I have not thrown them at you.
Yes, you did.
But anyway, we kind of got a rough start to season 12.
Right.
Season 12 was hit with a controversy right off the jump with Sherry Pie.
Like,
and her
right after the first episode.
Right after the first freaking episode, we get hit with Sherry Pie has been disqualified.
Right.
And I remember I was gagged. I'm like, wait, what Sherry do? I was out of the loop. Usually I stay in the loop when it comes to the news that comes Drag Race related.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt so out of the loop. And then we found out what Miss Sherry did. And, you know, this ain't the video to explain what she did.
Mm.
But
I don't think we'll ever get there.
But what she did was wrong. And VH1 and World of Wonder and RuPaul, they all made the right decision by disqualifying her. But it left such a hindrance on the season.
It made a big gaping hole out of the season.
It really did, because, you know, they did what they did right by editing her out of the future episodes. It just felt so weird that she's there, but we're supposed to pretend like she's not. And then we'll still see her runways except for the Disney episode because Disney said no, we are not associating with her. Good job, Disney. But I'm just saying.
Let it go.
They let her go for real.
Let her go.
And, you know, she was doing so well in the competition on the parts
really
we were
was.
seeing.
I think.
And I think if it wasn't for the disqualification, she would have been set up to possibly win.
That part.
Possibly. Because Miss Jada and Miss Gigi and Miss Crystal with the Rhythm of the Night was there. And it's just, it felt so weird after so many episodes seeing, you know, them edit her out so much. And you only see bits and pieces. And that's only if, like, say if they're talking to Jada, oh, there's Sherry right there next to her.
Right.
Oh, look, there's Sherry. Hi, Sherry.
And there's no way you can, like, crop her out of that particular frame.
And, like, the makeover episode with Janet the Planet. I loved her. God, I love Janet the Planet. I followed her on Instagram, honey. But, yeah, it was just so weird that, you know, it was the first time during the walkthrough we got to sit down with Sherry Pie, but it was mostly about Janet.
Right.
And it was just, like I said, it was necessary, but it just felt so weird. Mm-hmm. And you could, like you said, it left a gaping hole, and you can tell. Right. Because it was very clear that Sherry was supposed to be a fan favorite.
Because there cut a lot out of the episodes. It made the episodes seem incomplete. And to me, it seemed like without Sherry there, it left something lacking in an episode. Not because I favor her, but just because she probably added a lot more. She was there,
and she was a clear front winner.
Right.
Like, it was very clear from that second episode, because that was the only episode that wasn't edited because it was too late to edit her out of it. And just from that episode alone, you can tell they were setting Sherry up for pretty high. And she never placed in the bottom, even though she should have. Yeah, I'm talking about that comedy challenge where she went 12 minutes long. Oh, that still pisses me off.
Yeah.
I haven't got to season 12 because I'm rewatching the show right now. I'm on All Stars 3. But that's going to piss me off all over again when I get to there. I'm just going to be like, ma'am, you were given 5 minutes and you went 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that would have placed you in the bottom immediately. I don't care how funny you were in those 12 minutes. You broke the rules.
Yeah, and then she wore the audience out. And although Jada didn't do the best,
Jada's story,
it would have been a lot funnier if the audience hadn't been so
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the story, like, that's a good story. If she was just here kiki and that would be hilarious, her telling that story. And I feel like if she was in a different position, it probably would have came off more funny than what it was. But yeah, just it left a weird hole, and Sherry Pie's a terrible person. So hopefully Sherry's getting the help that she needs. You know, I doubt if she'll ever be able to work as a drag queen again, but I'm hoping she'll be able to get the help, because she blamed mental illness, and if it's true, then she needs to go. If you read her original Facebook statement,
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, she claimed mental illness. So
mental illness.
Yes, so hopefully she gets the help that she gets, and she's able to and she's able to move on somewhere else other than drag. Because I doubt the Drag Race will ever forgive her for that. I feel like all the other queens who kind of left controversially, like Tyra and Fifi and all these other folks, I feel like with the right apology and the right comeback, they will be forgiven with the fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Assuming James wants to come back.
But there's no way Sherry Pie can be redeemed for the terrible acts that she did.
Yeah, because 1 + 1 is not equaling 2 right now.
So let's stop talking about freaking Sherry Pie. Can we talk about Crystal Method real quick?
Okay.
Because, you know, that was a quick... That's all I really want to talk about. Every episode we got Rhythm of the Night. We got
not every episode, because
it was like one episode we didn't get it. It was not very big. Every episode. And the mullet, the Weird Al. You said he looks like Weird Al.
Yes.
Ever since then, that's all I see when I look at Crystal. I'm like, I see Weird Al.
Yes.
Somebody else I was shocked that Rue was saying DeBarge, because I'm like, yeah, I get it with the hairstyle, but everything else
is Weird Al.
Doesn't seem to fit her. But I was kind of disappointed in the final episode that she did not lip sync to Rhythm of the Night. I swear, Rue just to her, like, all she had to do was that.
Right.
I don't think she would have won. There was it was very clear it was either going to be Gigi or Jada.
Yes.
I would have been happy with either, but I was rooting for Jada.
I wanted Jada.
You know, I love me some Gigi, even though there was some times she should have been in the bottom. But yeah, I love some Crystal. Now, can we talk about the favoritism of Gigi Good and even Sherry Pie? Because there was times they should have been in the bottom, or they shouldn't have won a challenge. I'm talking about the Madonna episode. Yeah, Jan was robbed, straight robbed.
Jan was robbed.
Robbed.
Jan was.
She was robbed. Like I usually don't like to use that word. But I use it in very few cases. Like Katya was robbed. Tatiana was robbed.
Shangela was robbed.
Oh, I think that's the definition of robbed right there. Her and BB were robbed. And I don't care. We can talk about All Stars 3 another time. But if it wasn't for that little jury twist vote, I guarantee you Rue would have chose BB and Shangela as the top 2. They had the better track record.
Right, but anyway, especially since when they made that decision, Rue was sitting there like.
But yeah, we're not talking about All Stars 3.
Never again.
But the favoritism for Gigi and Sherry really annoyed me. And I love me some Gigi because, Gigi was turning them looks. Mm-hmm. Oh, that button look with the orange.
She's extremely polished.
And then the Daphne Blake look. Oh, I was living. And her finale look. Bitch, with the braces. Only her. Only her. Like, she was giving me everything I needed, and she was funny. Mm-hmm. And it was just the times where she should have got reprimanded and she should have lip synced. She didn't. Like the makeover challenge. I'm sorry. You should have lip synced. You didn't do nothing. I'm sorry. It's just that simple. But it was very clear that they were favoriting Sherry Pie and Gigi Good, and it was quiet. So we got some very interesting challenges during season 12, from Gays Anatomy to look over there, the debate challenge. The debate.
Oh my God! And that man has pulled the ultimate look over there, and she put that up on Twitter. She did. She. And I couldn't help it when I read it. I said,
Yes.
I'm sorry, I spiked the mic.
But yes. So, out of all the challenges, mini challenges, what were your favorites?
Did we have very many?
We didn't have very many, including we didn't get a reading challenge. But I heard
the puppets was funny.
I was so glad the puppets were back.
The FabFitFun Box episode was funny. Where they got to Kiki.
I know what episode you're talking about. Yeah. But as I was saying, I heard through the grapevine that there was a reading challenge for that season. It just wasn't funny. Ooh. So they just cut it all together. But Jada did come in with that good read in the finale. She said, Dahlia, how you come in 13th place with a season with only 12 queens? I was like, woo! That was a double read. I loved it. Ooh. Oh, that's probably one of my favorite reads ever.
What happened was...
Oh my gosh. When she did that, I remember my face just gooped, gagged, bothered. But I think they did a really good snatch game this year. It was better than the one last year. The one with Silky and Whoopi, and that was a pretty bad one.
That was awful.
But they had a pretty good one. Gigi's robot type thing. Heidi's Leslie. What is Leslie's last name? Jordan? Is it Jordan? What is Leslie's last name? Well,
Leslie Jones.
Jones. Yeah. That was good. I didn't like Sherry Pie's.
Sherry Pie has the same character.
Old woman.
Over and over and over again.
And that is old woman. You saw it in Gays Anatomy. You saw it in the Snatch Game. You saw it in the Debate Challenge.
Yes. Like, stop.
Please.
And then there's a queen that's in the Holland that's skating along that line there.
I know what you're talking about.
And I'm just like,
Not too much on her now.
No, I love her, but she's skating, she's towing that line, and I'm like,
But yeah, I was so happy to see the puppet challenge back. Everybody loves puppets, and I hate they stopped doing that. But I'm glad they did it this season.
Now, what makes you think, why did they stop doing it?
Well, because, from season, I want to say like 8 till 10, whatever the seasons were, whoever the puppet was that won was the queen that won the season.
Right.
Yeah, like Chi-Chi did Bob and won. And Bob won the season. So it was like that. And I think they stopped doing it because they're like, well, hell, that's basically giving away who the winner's going to be. That's me in my head. That might have nothing to do with it.
Right, because I don't think they realized it.
Oh, no, they realized it. Baby, everybody realized it. It was something we all noticed. And, like, that's why I was kind of glad, who won? They did Sherry. I remember they did Sherry, and they won. I'm like, well, at least we know this year Sherry ain't going to win.
Right. Because she would have, otherwise.
I don't think she would have won. I think she would have made top 2. I really think they were pushing for Gigi to win, but then they saw how much
the
love
fans were
Jada was getting. Because if you look at the track records, Gigi had a better one. But, that's not the first time a queen won and didn't have the best track record. Evie Oddly is another one.
Right, because she didn't win nothing, and she's still...
I'm going to say out of the 4 of them, her, she was like, if they would have went by track record, she should have placed 4th.
Right.
But it's just really just depending on their track records plus fans. That's why RuPaul says, I listen to the fans too. Even though she didn't listen to the fans when it came with Trinity and Monet. But I'm a hush on that. We're not talking about All-Stars 4. We can have a whole video just about All-Stars, because they done did some pretty fucked up shit on All-Stars. Especially 3. I still want to cut a bitch for that. I still want to cut a bitch, a hoe, a slut. I'm saying all the bad words. I'm saying them all. I don't care. And I ain't bleeping them out. Nope, they're going to hear every word I just said. So, let's talk about the runways. The queens brought the looks this season. And I'm talking about Gigi. I'm talking about Jada. I'm talking about Widow. I'm talking about...
She had a couple.
I'll give you that. She had a couple. Jackie had a couple. Crystal had a couple. Crystal towards the end of the season. She started off kind of rough.
Yes.
But as the season went on, baby, she was knocking it right out the park.
Right. I kind of wonder what Britta would have brought.
And even Sherry was killing it runway-wise.
She was.
Oh, my God. Some of the things she was coming out on that runway with, I'm like... I was gooped and I felt bad for liking her runways.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? We just got to give props to the designer. Because the designer who made it did a great job. Like that Frozen look. They didn't make it, but you saw it when she was standing. Oh my God. Come on, Jackie Frost. That's all I could think of when I saw her with that.
It looked like wintergreen to me. Because it looked like she was just a big pile of moss.
Oh, no. That's a different one. I'm talking about the Frozen episode.
What's the Frozen?
No, honey. The Green Moss episode, which runway was that? I didn't like that one. I remember I didn't like that one. But her Frozen one, remember she had the top hat type situation. She had a cane, the blazer with the skirt. I know it's kind of hard to remember because you don't see the runway. I'll have to show it to you.
You're going to have to show it to me.
Because that was a look, honey. That was a look. And, like, she served it a lot. I think the moss look that you're talking about is probably the only look I didn't like at first.
That might have been the camo.
It was the camo look. That was the camo look. You're right. That was the camo look. And her finale look, that Mae West inspired type. Oh.
Now that was good.
Oh.
That was good.
I hated how good she looked.
Because that's my personal Caucasian Shiro.
Well, if I had a Caucasian Shiro, it would probably be maybe Marilyn. Maybe Marilyn or Gaga.
Marilyn and Mae West are right up there. And I only say Mae West because she was a beautiful little plump queen.
But yes, can we... Let's move on to the lip syncs. We got some lip syncs this season. Yes. The Jada versus Heidi.
That one was a good one.
The 1999 by Prince. Yes. That's what they did.
Yes.
The freaking outfit. Kill the Lights by freaking
Heidi and
Jackie. Oh my God. The Heart to Break by Nikki Doll and Heidi. Oh my God. They killed it. Like Gigi's solo one to Aha Take On Me. When she jumped and her outfit changed and I was like, Patch. You trying to take this crown. You trying to take this crown in my heart. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The lip syncs this season were amazing. The first lip sync of the whole season. Widow versus Gigi to Starships in front of Nikki.
That was good, and I was glad that they were both winners.
Me too. And then also the Widow versus Jackie Cox. In my opinion, that should have been the double Shantae. I think they jumped the gun by doing that the episode before with Jackie and Heidi. I feel like as much as we love Heidi, that was her third time.
Right.
She should have took her butt on home. And then that next week we would have got we don't know, but most likely we would have got the Jackie versus Widow. And then that should have been the double Shantae because that was beautiful, that was breathtaking, that was powerful. They were both really embracing everything it is, and they were both standing for two minorities in this country.
Right.
And just standing up. Oh, it was beautiful.
But Widow got into her own head. That just really, really was heartbreaking.
Like, when Jeff Goldblum, did I say his name Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum.
I said it right. When he was crying afterwards, I felt that. I felt that because that lip sync spoke to me. And then they picked the right song. Firework. Oh my gosh. I've been waiting for Firework to be lip sync too. Because I'm like, come on now. We're about 20 seasons in. Because I'm including All Stars. We're about 20 seasons in. We ain't got a Firework yet. And then boom, it pops up. Now I just need a Teenage Dream and a California Girl. Like, we still haven't got those yet either. And I'm confused. I'm confusion. Hell, they shoot in California. How can you not? So, out of all the lip syncs this season, which one was your favorite?
Probably the two you drill me on the most.
And which ones are that? Because I drew you on. Because say if I'm cooking or whatever and a song starts playing, I'll pop over and be like, who lip sync to this song? And she'll be like,
I don't remember.
And I'm like, how do you not remember?
Because I'm just like in the moment, kind of like, okay, I'm going to enjoy it. And then then something else comes in and takes over.
And as y'all know, I'm doing a best lip syncs of each season video. It's not gonna be on YouTube. It's on. I'll link it. I forget which one it's on. Hell, I have so many different platforms.
The one that's not gonna demonetize him.
Yes.
Even though we're not monetized anyway, but.
Listen, I had one copyright strike from the first episode of Canada's Drag Race, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They took the whole video down. I was like, look at me. I got a video taken down.
Because you could hear the whole flipping episode in the back.
Oh, my goodness. But anyway.
You know what? That might have been the one I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Since you're not going to answer what your favorite lip sync was.
I said it Kill the Lights in 1999. There you go.
Mine would have to be the Starships. Miss Widow and Gigi did that. Mostly Widow.
Right.
Because, baby, that split, the double jointness, the everything she is and was in this world, I lived for.
Yes, Mr. She's Gonna Leave First.
And once again, I have to apologize. Because I sure said, oh, Widow, first one out. Baby, she gone. She shut me the
fluff up.
She shut me
all the way up.
She
said,
that first episode, she said, I'm that bitch.
And did the traveling split.
Yes, my God.
Hurt her knee in the process. I hope your knee's better.
But yes, it was that was a great episode altogether.
Yes.
And I like, you get so used to the first episode being a design challenge. I liked in the first episode, they came like, no. Write a rap. And not only you writing a rap, Nicki Minaj, the queen of rap, is sitting right here.
Right. I appreciate it because there are certain things that you don't get to see the queens do, by that time that they get around there. And you might find one that's just a little bit more talented than the other one. And you didn't realize it till they get to All-Stars and you're like, well, shit.
Yeah, like the All-Star 6 cast that is Rumors. Oh my God, it sounds so good. Like, I can't wait. And rumor has it we're not going to have a break. Like, once Holland is done, we're getting either All-Stars or season 13 or something. They're not giving us a break.
We ain't had a break all year.
We really ain't. Since, February was when 12 started, I think? Yes. And from my understanding, they don't want to give a break at all. They want to keep it going. We'll see what happens, though.
Look, because the only reason why we're taking break with Holland is because it takes a lot of willpower to sit there and read, and you have to read the stuff, and you can't really pay attention to what the looks look like. So you're picking which one or the other. Do you want all the tea from the gossip, or do you want to just sit there and look at the looks? So right now we're just gonna appreciate it both ways.
Mm-hmm. So I think have we discussed everything with season 12? Well, we haven't discussed the winner.
Yeah, Miss Jada Essence Hall, the Essence of Beauty, who is in Miss Rihanna's Fenty Beauty campaign.
Oh my gosh.
I need to watch that.
Her, Gigi Shea, like...
Oh Oh,
All three of them killed it. I didn't watch, but I saw the clips on Twitter, and oh my Jesus, oh my damn, oh my God. It's just, it was everything I needed in this life. Jada is really killing it. And I'm glad that she's still able to do something during this time, during this pandemic, because, you know, I just hate that the year of all the melanation is being affected by
okay, because look, our U.S. queen are all the POCs we done had this year: Miss Universe, Miss World, Miss America, Miss Teen USA, all of them melanated queens, and they didn't get to do nothing. They didn't get to share their platforms. They didn't, and I'm mad because that crown is pretty and that broad. Because I follow Miss USA on TikTok, and she was like, "I'm really sad. I have to give my crown away next month, and I didn't get to wear it at all." And it is gorgeous. It's a little bit excessive, but it's still gorgeous.
But yeah, season 12 overall, how did you feel about season 12?
It was a good season, other than the big gaping hole that was Sherry Pie.
I still enjoyed it, but like I said, it was just very awkward watching.
Knowing you had to ignore the queen on the left of the screen.
Yeah, knowing that, you know, no matter how well this queen does, she's no longer in the competition.
Right. Because I'm pretty sure if she wouldn't have won, you're right, she probably would have been top 2. Or at least top 3.
Well, if it would have been a normal lip sync for the crown, it would have really just depended on how the roll of the dice fell.
Right, because I don't think we ever saw her
Sherry never lip synced, so we really don't know. She might be a Sasha Velour and might pull out stunts and gags and flips and dips, and you didn't know she could do all that.
Right.
Because I'll never forget that, baby. I was, shit. You couldn't tell me Shay wasn't winning that. And then she gonna come out there and just.
I'm like, for real? You won because you put some roses in a wig?
Hey, has anybody else done it before her?
Not before her. But everybody's tried since then.
It was freaking conic. I just finished season 9 because I'm on All Stars 3. And I'm sitting there watching, and I know it's coming. And she does it, and I'm still like, ah! Work. Yes. But yeah. That's pretty much it for this video. We really just wanted to come on here and, you know, discuss season 12. Next week we'll be discussing All Stars 5. I forgot what season of All Stars it was. We'll be discussing All Stars 5.
It looks, they've all kind of ran together to me.
Yeah.
Because it was like boom, 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 boom.
So, LaCresha, where can they find you on the social media?
I am at Cresha McGill on all social media.
And you can find me at Simply Desmond on all social media platforms. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you for spending a piece of your day with us, and we will see you next week. Bye. Tell them bye.
Bye.
Tell them bye like we normally tell them bye.
God. Bye.